Hey everybody, it's Vitali over here at Power Stroke Records, and I am back today, and we're going to have just a little bit of a conversation about the NVIDIA's 30 series graphics cards and why most of us actually want them. It's, I don't have a script, so y'all bear with me here. I may get kind of a little all over the place. So first off, I'm sure that if you're seeing this, you've probably already seen all the hype and everything going on social media, especially YouTube, over the failure to launch. That was a fiasco. Hopefully, they'll get that sorted out. Uh, Now, it didn't affect me personally because I am actually waiting for the 3090, and we may get into that later on in the conversation. But uh, I do know a lot of people because I run Old Guys Gaming over on Facebook, uh, gaming channel, and we have a pretty large interaction, you know, going on for just starting. It's not bad. A lot of time, a lot of conversation going on during gameplay, and a lot of it involves computers and video cards and processors and stuff like that. And I play with a lot of people because I do PUBG, PUBG for PC, which is a really problem. That game has a lot of problems in its software and stuff. It's resource intensive. Everybody's been having problems, and that brings us over to Gamers Nexus, and I'm going to mention him because he put this video up yesterday, trying to have a conversation about the failure to launch and all that. And starts off with a kind of a condescending lecture on us being responsible consumers, and I think he was just a little bit out of line with that. But that's my opinion, and y'all can go watch it and tell me what you think. Oh, here's the thing that everybody keeps missing. Linus Tech Tips has missed it. Joe 2Z has missed it. Gamers Nexus has missed it. All the big channels that they don't understand one thing, or maybe they do and they just haven't talked about it. Most of y'all remember that when I started this new build here, that I used my Quattro cards out of my old computer. These are Pascal cards. Uh, the original computer came with a 1070 in it, and when I pulled the Quadros out, I put that 1070 back in, and that was in March, and when we started building this computer. We decided to not buy a 20 series card again because by that time we all knew that Nvidia was going to be releasing new cards this year. AMD was supposed to be releasing new cards this year. We still don't have a lot of concrete information on the new AMD cards, but Nvidia's here. But the reason most of us stayed with our 9 series and our 10 series is we didn't think that we were getting a good value for dollar with the 20 series cards. We weren't. Uh, a lot of people, they talk about that 2080 Ti being $1,000. Well, that's not true. Uh, if you go look, they were anywhere from $1,299 to $2,000, depending on which flavor you were looking at. And RTX Titan was $2,500. So we were all waiting for either. We were actually hoping that AMD would release a card that was as fast or faster than the 2080 Ti for less money. That was the original thought. Well, Nvidia beat them to it. They released the 3080. Uh, we're not even going to try to get into all that hype about it being up to 2 times faster because in certain conditions it actually is up to 2 times faster. But average across the board, most of your gaming, all the benchmarks, if you go look at the benchmarks, the average is anywhere from 20 to 40% faster for $699. So it was our wish came true. A better card for less money, and it was a lot less money. It was half, and That's going to lead me over into why I'm waiting for the 3090, because I've got to replace 2 cards. I don't know if any of y'all have noticed this, but SLI is dead. Even if you didn't have true SLI in Windows, if you had 2 video cards, you could do what we call software SLI. I would run my live stream on one video card, and I could game on the other. Well, in preparation for NVIDIA's launching the 30 series cards, Windows completely did away with that. I can no longer do that, and then NVIDIA drove the nail in the coffin by eliminating it in their software and their drivers as well. So now people like me are forced to run our gaming and our live stream off of one video card. They don't have a choice unless we want to roll back Windows and our drivers and all that, and then run the risk of our games not playing right. Speaking of drivers, I updated to the latest driver yesterday. And you can see right here, 456.38. And my frame rate over in PUBG literally got cut in half. And the only thing that changed was the driver. So if all of a sudden you see something like that, you might want to roll your driver back. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's out of my area of expertise. I just work in audio and video. That's how this build started, is because I work in audio and video production. And yes, it looks like a gaming PC. It sure does. But it was built to compete with a new Mac Pro costing $14,000. And this was less than half. Of course, we haven't factored in the video card yet because we haven't actually bought it. But even with a video card, it's going to still be less than half. And the reason we built this new computer is because we were transitioning over to working with 4K B-RAW. And if you're not familiar with it, you probably won't understand it. But 4K B-RAW, it takes some serious computer to work with it. And then, and Linus Tech Tips working in 8K. Blackmagic just released a 12K camera. So even though I'm just now getting to 4K, I decided to build a system that I could work on the latest and greatest for the next few years. And this is what we ended up with. And that is why I'm holding out for the 3090. But please don't make the mistake of thinking that all of us out there waiting on the new video cards are just because we have to have that latest greatest. No, most of us consciously made a choice to wait and just completely skip the 20 series cards. I did it back when they first came out 2 years ago. I decided right then I wasn't upgrading, not at them prices. And I waited for the AMD cards to drop. I was really hoping that the Radeon 7 would be the card. It wasn't. It was a good card, but not for gaming. And I wasn't gaming at the time, but I knew that at some point that I was going to be getting back into gaming a little bit. Long conversation with some other friends, and I knew that we were headed back that way, and we did. Hopefully, COVID-19 will get sorted out, and I can get back to working on audio and video, especially the video. If you notice, my videos are looking a lot better here on YouTube, but that's because I've stepped up to 4K and made a lot of improvements since March. And hopefully, it'll pay off. Hopefully, people appreciate it, and more people will come over to the channel and check it out. So on that note, I think this is where we're going to wrap it up. If you're waiting for a 3080, be patient. Eventually, supply and demand will level out, and if you have the money, you'll be able to pick one up. I fully expect that when the 3090 launches, the same thing's going to happen with the 3090, despite what everybody says, and that I'm not going to be able to get that 3090, and I'm just going to have to curtail my gaming and my live streaming until I do, because I'm not buying a 2080 or a 20 series card to make do. Sure enough, I'm not going to buy the RTX Titan. I can still buy that, that's readily available because nobody wants to slap down the $2,500 for it. We're all waiting for that 3090, which is a better card for $1,000 cheaper. And I think this is the point that everybody keeps missing on all the big channels. It's a better card for less money. Yes, there's going to be 3060s, 3060 Ti's, 3060 Supers, all that stuff. We know it. We don't care. We've already got a certain spot that we know where we want to be at. Like in my case, the 3090 is going to be it. If they come out with a card that's faster, and they already have, but it's going to probably have going to be in the Quattro series, and I'm not going to buy another Quattro. Matter of fact, I didn't buy these. These were sent to me by a sponsor to refurbish the old computer. So when I finally get the new video card in this computer, I'll put the Quattros back into that old computer, and we'll use it for a while longer. I hope you enjoyed the week. I hope you're having a good weekend. Until next time, this is Vitaly over here at Old Guys Gaming. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay cool. And I am out of here.